What's that, you might be asking? Well, that's the goat. Oh, y'all meant the slabs. Well, nah, let me show you. Well, this one right here specifically is my second favorite slab in my entire collection because this is the first PSA 10 graded Alakazam EX 151 English print in the entire world. I did a whole video on this. It's on my Instagram. It was a really cool moment. There's no way on the slab it doesn't say it or anything, but like I know it because the population report was 0. And this was the first one. Just really cool, really special to me. My favorite slab ever is actually this gold Giratina. I pulled it right in front of the Harry Potter castle at Universal Orlando, which is a really special place to me. So my two favorite slabs of all time. Then we got, this is actually supposed to be an empty space because I got this one at Card Party 1. I got the Venusaur CD promo at Card Party 2. And then this empty spot, I am looking to get the Blastoise CD promo at Card Party 3, which I will be at in Tampa, Florida. So I can't wait to see y'all there. And I do have some more slabs that are for sale from my personal collection on shinyvert.com. Like 80% of them have sold already, but if y'all still want to pick up the last 20% of slabs, including the Venusaur special illustration rare from 151, which is the topic of today's video, that is on shinyvert.com as well. So make sure y'all go to shinyvert.com, check out my personal slabs, check out the mystery packs. But yeah, my front door is 2 feet behind the camera this way. So right when you walk into my house, like you see this, and I bring a little fine shit in here, and I'm like, what you know about Pokemon cards, girl? And then she just leaves. She just walks out. So, all right, let's rank 151. Let's tier list it. All right, so in our tier list for Pokemon 151 today, we are going to be ranking the SIRs, which I believe there are 7 of them, potentially. No, I think it's 7 and 16 illustration rares. So we're going to do the SIRs and the IRs for Pokemon 151. I've never done a tier list for 151 before, which is actually surprising because I've done a lot of tier lists for other sets. I have a playlist on the channel where you can check those out. But I thought it was a good time to do this. Pokemon 151 is hot right now. There's restocks coming soon to GameStop, which is upcharging on the restocks, which kind of sucks. There may be restocks coming soon for other big box stores, but we'll have to wait and see. And we'll also have to wait and see if these other big box stores follow in GameStop's footsteps and start upcharging on the suggested retail price of Pokemon cards. It's getting to that point, y'all. It's absolutely crazy. We did talk about that a lot on the Trainer Gallery podcast. Our latest episode just dropped with AGS. We got to interview somebody from AGS, a lot of insight behind the scenes on how they do their grading process. I asked the dude some really hard, I guess, controversial questions. So link is in the description for the Trainer Gallery podcast with myself, PokePair, and Elliot Does Pokemon. Make sure y'all go check that out. Let's get into this ranking. I'm excited for this one. I like this set. I know it's basic to like this set, but I like this set 151. We'll start with our illustration rares. And granted, I have not looked at this set in a long time. I have not opened this set in a long time. But starting off with our Bulbasaur. The Bulbasaur, it's pretty cool. It's not doing anything too crazy for me. I think there's a little bit too much of the leaves going on, but I do like how Bulbasaur is kind of hidden in there in the background. We're going to start that off with a C tier. Oh, I did not realize that there's S, A plus A, B plus B, C, D, E. Okay, we're not going to use any of the pluses. So we're just going to do S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, E, which is basically F tier. All right, we got the Ivysaur. I like this one a little bit better than the Bulbasaur. I like the water aspect of this one, how you can see Ivysaur kind of going over to this little pond. I think it's still going to get the C tier for me, though. And y'all can let me know throughout this video in the comments what you agree with, what you drastically disagree with. All right, this Charmander one's really cool, especially how the artworks are kind of connected because it looks like he's like lower and lower in the valley or whatever. Even going into the Charizard SIR, I think that part's really cool. Charmander is going to be, even though I want to put it in A, I think Charmander's a solid B tier. I wish it was a tiny bit more realistic. It's definitely got like a cartoonish vibe going on to it. Not that that's always a bad thing, just on that specific artwork. I think more of a realistic one would have went harder. Same complaint with the Charmeleon. It's not even really a complaint, just like even these streaks of what looks to be like lava or fire or something going down the card right here. Like if that was more realistic and like glowing and stuff, I feel like it would look really sick. Oh, Squirtle. Okay, let me come back to the Squirtle. I'll do the War Turtle first. War Turtle for me, this is another one that, I mean, I guess all three of the starters really connect and the storyline progresses through the IRs to the SIR. War Turtle is going to be tied for B tier. God, as much as I don't want to do this, the Squirtle is such a solid card. Like, I kind of want to give Squirtle the A tier. All right. We're going to play it safe for now. As always, subject to change throughout the video. I'm going to throw that in B tier as well. But this one, out of all the B tiers right now, I feel like Squirtle is honestly my favorite. That one's pretty sick. All right, now we have the Caterpie. I mean, I didn't even really like the Bulbasaur with all the grass everywhere. So this one is going to be a D tier. It's not an F tier, but it's a D tier. Now the Pikachu. Pikachu is cool. No, I'm not even going to kid myself. Honestly, the Pikachu is very mid, in my opinion. Very mid. I do always like the cameos on cards of other Pokemon. Again, it's just like the really cartoony people walking around and stuff just doesn't do it for me specifically on this card. There are some cards where I like that, but on this card, not really feeling it with the Pikachu. So we're going to go C tier on the Pikachu. The Nido one, I don't know if it's just because I've pulled this like a billion times, but it has just lost its touch on me. I'm going to go D tier on the Nido. Psyduck. Psyduck is beast mode. This has a strong chance at A tier. It's really... God, this one's tough. This one's really tough. I'm between A and B tier for sure. I don't think it's strong enough to beat the Squirtle. Like, if there's one going to A tier, I feel like it would still be the Squirtle, but the Psyduck is another strong one. All right, we're building a lot of B tiers here. Okay, the Poly. I love this one. Simple, but beautiful with the reflections on the water. I like the colorways of this card. I don't know, Poly, I'm going A tier. I'm going A tier on that one. I really like that card. That card is absolutely sick. All right, the whole Machamp storyline or the Machoke storyline on this card is beast mode, but the artwork doesn't do it for me. I got to be honest. We're going C tier. Probably going to get a lot of hate for that one. Tangela. I guess I'm just noticing right now because we're tier listing this for the first time that Tangela is like a lot of these illustration rares are very cartoony rather than realistic. And I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan of that. I feel like the most realistic looking one we've seen so far is either the Poly because of like all the reflections on the water and stuff, or potentially this War Turtle with like the sun rays coming in through above looks really, I guess, like more realistic. But this Tangela is very comic book cartoon-esque. That's going to be a D tier for me right there. Mr. Mime, with the story behind this card and everything, it looks like they're playing a game in the middle of the road. I really like this one. I'm not going to give it the A tier, but this is another one that's a very strong B tier. I like the artwork on that one. All right. Ammonite, just never been a fan of this one. That's going to be our first F tier of the video. Not a fan whatsoever. And then this one's pretty easy, in my opinion. The Dragonair is an absolutely French kiss on this card. It's a beautiful, freaking gorgeous card. And this will be our first S tier of the video. That is an S tier illustration rare. I think it's top 10 illustration rares of the entire era so far. Up there, at least for me, with Metagross from Paradox or Temporal. I think Paradox, though. Skarmory from Surging Sparks. I'm probably leaving out a bunch of really good illustration rares right now. The Reshiram from Journey Together, beautiful. Dragonair is up there with some of those top dogs in my book. All right, that was quick. That was quick. Now we have our special illustration rares, only 7 of them. We'll start with the trainers. Giovanni and the Persian. It's a beauty. Even the fact that Giovanni has the Master Ball in there, I think is really cool. But I don't know if it's... Oh, God, it's so tough. I'm a little bit biased because I do like SIRs and I like the texture better than illustration rares. But I'm going to try to rank all these just artwork to artwork. So take the SIR out of it, just solely based on the artwork. If this was an illustration rare... It's between C and B. I think I'm going to go B tier on this one, but I am going to go ahead and pull Squirtle up to A tier. And I want to take one of these two up. I feel like one of these two should go up to A tier, but I can't decide which one I like better. I feel like I like the colorways and the lava coming down on Charmeleon. We'll go Charmeleon up there in A tier. Yeah, I think this is looking better now. I feel more confident with that. I like that. I like the changes we just made. Erica, the SIR. I do have a hot take for this one. This Erica SIR right here, the full art, in my opinion, is 10 times better in this set. They're both really good. I like both of them a lot, but this one, man, the colorways on that card goes so freaking good. But regardless, Erica, I'm going A tier on this, and we're taking Giovanni down to C tier. Yeah, I like that. I told y'all it was subject to change, okay? Subject to change. I've made the executive decision here. What's done is done. Yeah. All right, Venusaur, SIR. This is where everybody's worried about these three, right? I see it all the time. Like, people argue back and forth of which one's the best, which one's second best, which one's third best. Of course, most popular people are probably going to say Charizard is the best. I'll go ahead and tell you that's not my favorite. Venusaur, I go back and forth a lot because I like all the color pops on this, but I feel like this card is really distracting on the nature rather than Venusaur himself. C tier. C tier on the Venusaur. If that's not an SIR and we're just comparing the artworks, like Psyduck's artwork absolutely shits on Venusaur, in my opinion. Like, not even close. I was actually considering putting Venusaur in D tier. Yeah, I probably just pissed a lot of people off, and I'm sorry. That's just my genuine thoughts. All right, Charizard. It's tough. If Opossum is watching, he's going to kill me because I do like the artwork. I do. I like the colorway of the card. My one complaint, once again, it's a little bit too comic booky for a Charizard. I really like the Charizard from both Obsidian Flames and especially Paldean Fates because I like shiny Pokemon. But they're very like realistic, like veins popping. Like, I don't know. That's like a beast looking dragon Pokemon to me. So that's my complaint on it. I know he says the fat neck or whatever. My complaint is just a little bit too comic booky. I think it would have looked so sick if you had like a beast dragon flying through the air. But still, regardless, I like this card. I like the Charizard, and we are going to go A tier on the Charizard. Blastoise, I will go ahead and tell you that Blastoise is my favorite SIR out of the three. I will also put it A tier. I don't think it's enough to get the S tier just because, like, I do love how it's so simple and deep, and Blastoise just looks like a menace down there in the deep, deep ocean. And especially when you see this card in person, like, the texture on it is like, it's almost like it's circles that like go into Blastoise, and it looks beautiful. So I like the Blastoise better than the Charizard, but I do think that they are both A tier. But if I had to move one up, it would be the Blastoise before it. And our last two cards, they're both extremely easy choices for me. Alakazam has always been my number one favorite card in Pokemon 151. Probably top 5 SIRs from this entire era so far is the Alakazam for me. But recently, I think it's changed. It's really close. It's about a tie for me, but especially with, so we got Articuno, Illustration Rare now, and Journey Together. We had the Zapdos card, SIR 151. We're starting to see leaks from Destin Rivals of a Moltres EX, so I do think that we are going to get a Moltres SIR in Destin Rivals. That's my guess right now, which I'm very excited for. And it'd be cool if they brought back some more cameos. Like the Zapdos, you have the cameo of Moltres and Articuno. But when you see this card in person, this Zapdos card, it's an easy S tier for me, the Zapdos. And honestly, it might be taking the cake over the Alakazam for me. I don't know. They're neck and neck. But if I was going to rearrange some of these, it would probably go something something along those lines for at least the top 3 in order from left to right. But let me know what y'all think. There is my tier list. I'm happy with it. Again, we didn't use the B+ or the A+ tier because I've never seen that before. But let me know what y'all think about this Pokemon 151 tier list. I'm happy with it. I like it. But let me know what y'all would change around. ShopShinyVert.com. Appreciate y'all watching another video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.